top shelf.
Why aren't you at work?
Because they always like to play with
On
you.
Triple J.
You're now online with Gerard. Please go ahead.
Hello there, Gerard.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, mate. How are you going?
Very good, very good.
I hear we're getting told that you're a little bit exhausted at this stage, considering you've been on the road, well, pretty much for the last year or something.
Yeah, it's actually we've had little tiny breaks, like 1 week here, 4 days here, but we've been out for over a year now.
I know, because you were here, what, at the beginning of this year?
Yeah, it feels like we were just here, but that was a year ago.
Yeah, but you've been on tour pretty much since then. I mean, it must take its toll a little bit. How do you keep yourself fresh?
I mean, the shows are so great, it's worth it, you know? And as long as you don't do too many in a row, like at one point we did like 23 in a row, and that was...
Dude!
Yeah, that was too much, but it's like, you know, the crowds are great. It's really about them. And
I know,
like,
Gerard.
yeah.
I mean, that's the right thing to say, I know, but it must... bloody hell, there must be nights where you go, oh, not again.
Like honestly, the only times when you start to get into too many, and those are the nights when you like your brain doesn't function properly, like too many shows in order, like too much of anything, like is bad. So.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Hey, it has been funny. I mean, looking at, I was having a look at some of your interviews and stuff on the internet tonight, and it must feel a bit weird. I know that you've been sober for about 3 years now, haven't you? I mean, but there's still videos of you pissed on stage, and you know, playing soccer pissed inside stadiums and the like. As a man who hasn't touched the booze for a few years, what's it feel like to know that they're still out there?
It actually doesn't bother me, you know. I in a weird way, I don't know if this is unhealthy, but I get a little nostalgic for it. I never want to be that way again. And there were some definitely pretty awful nights. You know, like I had some really rough times, but you know, there were some things there I still find pretty funny. You know, it's not like I wasn't the type of guy. I wasn't like jumping through plate glass windows and being a jerk to everybody. So.
No, you look like you were actually quite a happy drunk in many ways.
Pretty happy drunk.
You did look pretty pissed.
Yeah. I was pretty happy drunk. So it just really ultimately took its toll on me, though.
And do you drop your trousers very much these days now you're sober? Because it did happen in one of those videos when you were a bit drunk.
No, I've gone back to buying pants that fit me, and that works a lot better for me.
It's one of the perks of having a successful album, really, isn't it?
Yeah. You can start off. You could basically, honestly, that's directly related to buying pants that fit you. You know, like if you see the videos where that happened, that was my only pair of pants. And it's held together with duct tape, and that's all I had.
You've come a long way in
I
that period of time.
I have a few pairs of pants now.
Isn't it nice? God,
Nice.
Amazing. Rock and roll actually does pay well when it comes to pants.
I'm a total sellout. I have like 4 pairs of pants.
We thought you were really hardcore. You're not at all, eh?
No, not at all.
Yeah. Hey, being on tour for so long, is there something that you really crave doing? You know, that takes a bit of time. I mean, it's hard work being in a rock band. It's hard work doing the amount of touring that you're doing, playing an album as much as you played it. Is there something that you just go, wow, I just wish we had a month off to do?
Honestly, hang out with my wife.
Yes. You just got married. What was it, September?
I did, yeah, September.
So, bloody hell, did you have a honeymoon or anything?
No, but we both travel so much and tour so much that, like, being home in an apartment together was like that, so...
Her name's lyn-z, is that right?
Mm-hmm.
And she plays in a band, Mindless Self-Indulgence.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't heard them, I must say, but how did you guys meet up?
We actually met. We opened for Mindless Self-Indulgence, I'd say 4 or 5 years ago, 4.5 years ago maybe. And she just really liked our band, and we were this little baby band, and they were doing like multiple sold-out nights at Irving Plaza in New York, and you know, they gave us a really great break, you know, and that was actually when we first met. And I had been a fan of the band before I even started my own band. Like, I had already had their CDs, and I love that band. So it was a really, you know, it was super fun opening for them. And we kind of hit it off back then, but I was in a relationship, and, you know, nothing ever transpired. But,
Did it feel a bit weird having a crush on somebody in a band? It's almost a bit like a cliche, being a bit of a groupie yourself.
Yeah, it was, it was a little, it was first, I don't get crushes on people either, so.
What do you mean? I don't believe you, Gerard Way.
Oh, man, you should believe it.
Really?
Yeah, I don't.
Everybody gets crushes.
No, I don't get impressed by anybody. I'm very unimpressed.
Well, you guys got married to somebody. You must be a bit impressed.
Well, no, her, yeah, but, obviously her. But, I don't.
Thank goodness for that, because if she hears this interview,
I had a huge crush on her, but
yeah.
I don't get that way about people. I'm super unimpressed with people.
Really?
Yeah, I think it's a good way to be.
Oh, come on.
You don't think so?
No, I like kind of just having a little bit of a crush. I like the idea of a train crush, getting on a train and just seeing somebody and going. I mean, my girlfriend's listening to this, but it's nothing too hardcore, but just seeing somebody and going, oh, I wonder what they're like. Maybe we'd be really compatible, and then 3 stops they get off, and you just kept wondering. I just like that little bit of possibility.
That's pretty interesting.
It's not weird. I don't want it to sound weird.
No, I think actually that you just said something really honest and interesting, which is really rare for for when you're giving an interview. And I think you should commend yourself for saying that. I think that's the first time I ever got to talk to anybody about something like that. So.
Oh, well, I hope it was okay for you.